Alaikum, boys and girls. Today we will be talking about our Islamic studies first online class, and I'm glad that you're spending time with your family and having a good time. And today we will be talking about our topic, which is lower your voice. And this is the sheet that you have taken at home, taken with you and work on this. Let's work on talking about how do we lower our voice, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us in the Quran in chapter 31 verse 19 to lower our voice. What does it mean to lower our voice? And then we are also going to discuss not to be rude. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran not to be rude in chapter 3 verse 159. And how do you feel when people are rude to us? So we will cover these two topics. So let's get back to lowering our voice. Why do Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ask us to lower our voice? And what do you feel? What happens when we see someone screaming? How does that feel? How do you feel when you see someone screaming? Does it feel nice? Do you feel like you're being, do you feel that it is, annoying you? So, what do you feel when people talk to you in a loud voice, and people stop paying attention? If they get scared, what happens is when you see someone screaming, our reasoning stops, and we are more scared than listening to that other person. We don't pay attention to that person because you're scared of that person, you're afraid, you're not you don't want to talk to that person. And people do not respect if we are not polite. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to be polite, and think of a time when people have not been polite to you. How did that make you feel? Think of people who are polite, and how did that make you feel? And when you play with others, when you play with your friends, and your friends speak to you rudely, what do you feel? Do you like to be friends with people who speak rudely? And here's our next topic, which says, do not be rude in our speech. And Prophet Muhammad would never speak rudely or talk in a loud voice. He's an example for everyone to follow. I'll tell you a story to illustrate my point. So, in a Bedouin, meaning a villager, in those days they used to call people who lived in villages or who were not educated as Bedouin. He entered Medina and he went directly to the masjid so that he may get some money or gold from Prophet Muhammad. When he arrived, he saw Prophet Muhammad sitting among his companions. He asked for money, and I'm going to share this picture with you. Here you go. He asked for money or gold. Prophet Muhammad gave him something. He was not happy, and moreover, he used harsh and wrong language against the Prophet. Prophet Muhammad against Prophet Muhammad. The companions became very angry and were ready to hurt him. But Prophet Muhammad stopped them. Then Prophet Muhammad took the Bedouin to his home and gave him some more. The Bedouin saw that the residence of the Prophet Muhammad wasn't like those of the heads of government, and there's no luxury in his home. Then Bedouin became content with the share and thanked Prophet Muhammad at that time. Then Prophet Muhammad told him, "You used harsh words yesterday which caused anger to my companions. I fear that they will hurt you." The next day, the Bedouin came to the masjid. Prophet Muhammad addressed his companions. This man says he is content with his share. Is it true? The Bedouin said, that is true. And then he repeated the appreciation that he had shared with Prophet Muhammad. The companion smiled. Prophet Muhammad addressed the group. The example of me and these type of people is like uh, this Prophet Muhammad shared after the Bedouin left. He said, the example of me and these kind of people is like that of the man whose camel was running away from him. When people saw that the camel is running away, the other people wanted to help the owner of the camel. They ran after the camel. The camel was frightened and ran faster. And the owner called on the people, please leave my camel alone. I know better how to calm it. When the people stopped chasing the camel, the owner followed it calmly and with a fistful of grass. Then, without the need of running or yelling, he showed the grass to it. So, boys and girls, showing kindness for harsh behavior makes the person respect you more. People expect harsh words in return when harsh words are said to them. But if you say nice words, then they themselves feel ashamed of the words they said and they will change for the better. Prophet Muhammad practiced it and showed us how to handle every situation. So we should be content and should not use harsh words without knowledge. Otherwise, we will regret and feel sorry later on. So these are some of the examples that Prophet Muhammad has shown us, that you don't have to be rude even when someone else is being rude. So let's practice do not be rude in our speech. And even though if others are being rude to you, you can always be calm. And guess what, boys and girls? When you are calm, then later, and you still have to tell a teacher or an adult that a person is being rude to you, or you can use your I statements and say, I don't feel happy when you speak in a loud voice, or I feel um, that I feel unhappy when I hear somebody being rude or not speaking in a lower voice. And just using your I statements, you can reflect your feelings, and then you can also go and talk to your teacher or an adult or your mom if you feel that someone is being rude to you. But if other person is rude, that doesn't give us the permission to be rude or to behave in the same manner that they have behaved, because Prophet Muhammad did not win people by being rude or being harsh with them or telling people what to do. He was good because of his good behavior. He attracted people because he was the best in manners. So when we are good with people, we attract other people, we get more friends, we have people like us, and most of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes us when we are respecting others and following what we have been told in by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and what's written in the Quran, when Allah says, do not be rude in your speech and lower your voice. So you can go ahead and color this activity and memorize this ayat. Memorize the ayat, do not be rude in speech, and the next ayat, lower your voice. And inshallah, we will when you come back, you can share your memorized ayat. These are very short ayat from the Quran that you can learn and memorize. And I hope you're all having a good time, and we will see you soon, hopefully after spring break. Take care. Fi amanillah.